Good morning. Today we are correcting CO25. So we did comparing the part to the whole for our ratios. Shh, thank you to my friends that are not talking. All right, on the bottom we did some together and then you had to do some on your own. So red to blue marbles, you needed to have two ways and it needed to be simplified, 3 to 4. White to green was 5 to 2. Orange to red is 2 to 3. Green to blue is 1 to 4. Orange to white is 4 to 5. And using a 1 to 2 ratios, can you find how many 1 to 2 ratios can you find using the marbles? So we could do green to orange would be 1 to 2, and orange to blue would be 1 to 2. So there were two sets of color combinations that would get us 1 to 2. Any questions? I heard a couple people say, huh? When I was listening, did you find your mistake? Any that you want me to go over? Okay, let's look at our second page. We did the top ones together. So there were 20 cans, 20 bottles if we had 35 cans. Then we have the score would be 36. And I believe we did the steak and chicken tacos together. There were going to be 3 steak tacos. So then we come down to the band. We look at our woodwinds and our brass instruments. We wanted to know how many woodwind players there would be, and there would be 20. 20 woodwinds. Then down here it says how many dimes and how many quarters are there. We wanted there to be 20 coins altogether. So to add our dimes and our quarters, we needed to equal 20. And if they're in a 3 to 1 ratio, 3 dimes to 1 quarter, 15 plus 5 gives us 20. So there are 15 dimes and 5 quarters. Then if we have a total of 100 apples and orange trees in a 7 to 3 ratio, apples to oranges, how many apple trees and how many orange trees? So we wanted to be able to add the two together to equal our 100 trees. So 70 apple and 30 oranges. Then we have the primary colors and non-primary colors are in a 5 to 11 ratio. There's 48 altogether. So if we do 15 plus 33, we get our 48. So 15 primary and 33 non-primary. Questions on those? How do we feel we did? Ava?
I have a question on the lesson before.
Yep. So the way I set it up is I knew there were dimes and quarters. It's going to take a minute for my pen to show up. I don't know why it's not wanting to show up. There it is. Okay, so we know it's dime to quarters and it's 3 to 1. So if there's 3 dimes, there's 1 quarter, right? I know that there are 20 coins altogether. And one way to figure it out would be to do a little guess and checking. What can I multiply both sides by and then add to get 20? So I could have guessed maybe there's going to be multiplying by 4. That would give me 12. That would give me 4. But 12 plus 4 is only 16. So it can't be that. I need to go. You can guess and check. Or you could say 3 plus 1 is 4. So I'm going to divide that by 4. 20 divided by 4 gives me 5. So I know I need to multiply by 5. 3 times 5 is 15. 1 times 5 is 5. If I add those two together, I get my 20. So there are different ways you can go about it. I usually guess and check. You could do the math if you remember, adding together what we have, dividing it out of our total, and then we know what we need to multiply up by. So when we come to the 100 apple and orange trees, we've got our apples and our oranges in a 7-to-3 ratio. 7 plus 3 is 10, so I had my 100 total trees divided by the 10 gives me 10. So I know I'm going to multiply both sides by 10. Does that make a little more sense?
Kind of, yeah.
What did you put for your answer?
I somehow got 6 as my answer.
But the question is how many dimes and how many quarters? So you should have two numbers.
I got 20 dimes and 6 quarters.
So
I got 20. I got 20 in it, but
the problem is I think you misread it. When it said 20 dimes and quarters, you said, oh, that's 20 dimes. I need to go from dimes up to 20. We can't go from 3 to 20. So that's the first problem. The second one is there's 20 total dimes and quarters. Okay, so it's just learning how to read the question. Any other questions on this homework? All right, if you're watching this at home, I hope you are well, and I hope to see you soon. Have a wonderful day.